Assalamualaikum. Hello. For the first question, a, a client is considering to rent a vacant office to be used as his business headquarters. He has found a suitable building located at a strategic location with gross floor area of 1,500 meter square as suitable for his new needs. He also listed the following works to be included in his overall budget to tenancy period of 20 years. The rent is subject to be reviewed every 5 years. A client requests you service on the following question below.
Assalamualaikum and hello. This is the question 1 from 2016. This question mentioned that the client, they want to rent a vacant office for his new business headquarters, and he found this building is suitable for his business. So this building consists of GFA of 1,500 meters square, and for the tenancy period, he want to occupy the place for 20 years, which the rent have to be subjected to reviewed every 5 years. Okay, first we look at the monthly rental. The monthly rental, as this is 20 years, so we have to divide the rental for first 5 years, second 5 years, third and fourth 5 years. The rental rate, as mentioned before, it need to be revised every 5 years, so the rental must calculate years purchase accordingly every 5 years, as it is reviewed every 5 years. Okay, right? And then after you get the answer, you have to multiply with the present value of 1, which is 5 years, and with the 8.5% interest rate. For the first 5 years, we don't have to multiply with the present value of 1, but for the following years, we have to multiply with the present value of 1, which in total 2 million. And for the third and fourth year, since it has the same rental rate, which is 50 ringgit, so we just combine it together, and for the years purchase, we can multiply for the 10 years purchase, as it is the third and fourth year, so 5, so 10 years purchase with 8.5 rental rate, 8.5 interest rate, and for the present value of 1, also using 10 years and 8.5% interest rate. Okay, the total is around 7 million. And as for rental deposit, the rental deposit is 3 months. So for the first 5 years, they charge 40 ringgit per GFA. So 40 ringgit times with the 1,500 GFA and multiply by the duration, which is 3 months. So it total up 180,000. Next, for the major modification, it states that the rate was 200 per GFA. So we just multiply 200 with 1,500 GFA. Okay, next, proceed to the redecoration and furnishing. The cost is 200,000. And installation and special security system is 100,000. Next is for upgrading and special security system. It needs to be reviewed 5 years. So as the first years is 25,000, but they also include the increment at 10% every 5 years. So you have to plus 10% increment for the next 5 year, following 5 year. So as this one is this rate is monthly, so yearly, so you have to update with PV of 1 for the 5 years for every years, and you don't have to include the year 20, because the year 20 the tenant, even though the tenant rent until 20 years, but after the year 20 the tenant already go. So no need to calculate that. So the total cost for upgrading and spatial security system is 37,000. Next, proceed to the annual running management cost. The annual running management cost is 150,000, but it says annually, so you have to update the cost for the next 20 years with 8.5% of interest rate. And lastly, for repenting, it's also stated that repenting every 10 years. So you have to do the 10 years. But as I mentioned before, for the year 20, the tenant not occupied the building anymore. So you don't have to calculate for the year 20. You only calculate for year 10. So where you use the years purchase of 10 years and with 8.5 interest rate. So the total is 33,000. So the total cost for this building for the next 20, the total cost of rental this building for 20 years is 9,841,959 ringgit and 79 cents. Thank you. Okay, back with the question 1B. The client he interested to change and to upgrade the new security system that introduced because the upgrading period longer and also have the better specification than before. So and the client also stated that the installation cost is 120,000, which is different from before. So in order to find the new total cost with the new spatial security system, we have to first calculate the rental, took the rental rate before from the question 1A, which is 9.8%, and minus with the security system before, which is the installation cost and also the security cost, which is 100,000 installation cost, and secondly security system, which is 37,000. So the total is 137,000. The total for new rental, which does not include the spatial security system, is 9.7 million. So we add with the new installation cost, which is 120,000, and also we add with the new spatial security system that will be upgraded every 15 years. So we have to multiply with the present value of 1 for every 15 years, but we don't have to include the next 30 years because the tenant does not involved in it anymore. So we only include 15 years of the spatial security system, which total 7,000. The new total cost for the new spatial security system is 9,831,626 ringgit and 57 cents. Thank you.
For 1C, compare the percentage difference of total cost in 1A and 1B above. What is the average cost per annum for each system? Advise your client. To get the percentage difference, price A minus price B over price B, and then you times with 100%. For the calculation, 9841,959.79 minus 9831,626.57 over 9831,626.57, then you times with 100 and you will get 0.11%. So the overall difference between these two buildings is 0.11%, which is 1%. Then it is advised to choose B because it is less expensive compared to A. That concludes my decision.
So moving on to the next question, where a client is interested to invest in new robotic technology for his factory. In this question, he approached two banks for his loan with different interest rate, where Bank A offered 4% of interest rate and Bank B offered 5.5% of interest rate. So, as shown above, the installation cost, the general maintenance cost, and the upgrading of robotic technology costs are all the same. What makes it different is only the interest rate of 4% for Bank A and 5.5% for Bank B.
This section consists of two questions, which is first, explain to the client the impact to the value of his investment based on percentage difference if the interest rate changes. B. When applying LCC, annual equivalent method may not be suitable for all types of client. Identify its specific client and give the reason why.
So the first calculation would be the initial installation cost. As we can see, both banks A and B have the same initial installation cost of 1.5 million. The difference is only on the interest rate, where Bank A offered 4% and Bank B offered 5.5%. As for the ASF value, it can be obtained in the annual sinking fund table from Paris valuation table at 30 years economic life and 3% of interest rate. Thus, the calculation would be the cost times by ASF plus interest rate. Thus, it results in the total of 91,500 for Bank A and 114,000 for Bank B. Second is the general maintenance per annum. As stated, whatever that is calculated per annum or annually or per year or every 12 months should have no adjustments to be made. Thus, the same goes for this calculation, which it said that the general maintenance per annum should be 12% of the initial cost for both Bank A and Bank B. Thus, it results to the same total of 180,000 for both banks. Third would be the upgrading technology. As for Bank A, as for both banks, we have the total for 5th year, 10th year, 15th year, 20th year, and 25th year. We should not calculate the 30th year because the economic life ends at 30th year. Thus, for Bank A first, we have to calculate the present value of 1 at 4% of interest at the 5th, 10th, 15th, 20th, and 25th year. So the total should be 1.5 thousand, 2.3 thousand, 2.7 thousand, 2.8 thousand, and 2.6 thousand. This calculation is to be times with the ASF value plus the interest rate of 4%. The same goes for Bank B, where we already have the value for every 5 years. Thus, we have to find out the present value of 1 at the interest rate of 5.5% from the Paris valuation table. Thus, to be times with the cost, which results to be times with the cost and with the ASF value plus the interest rate of 0.05. The total is as stated above of 1.7 thousand, 2.4 thousand, 2.7 thousand, 2.6 thousand, and 2.2 thousand. So to total up everything, the total for Bank A is 283,000 approximately and 305,000 approximately for Bank B. So, as we can obtain from the previous calculation, Bank B has slightly higher value than Bank A with approximately 22,000 of difference. So there should be a calculation of percentage difference by both banks. So after we calculate the difference, we obtain that Bank B offered more expensive alternative compared to Bank A by 7.91%.
Next, I'll be explaining on the specific client or annual equivalent method and the reason why. Annual equivalent method is the sum payable each year which has the same value as the present value. All items of lump sum expenditure are expressed in the form of annual payment, which need to be paid according to a stipulated period. The specific client for annual equivalent are users. For example, when a person wants to calculate the value or profit for their rental property. In present value, the lifespan must be the same. However, in annual equivalent, it can be used to compare between different lifespans. Another reason is that annual equivalent is to assess financial ability, where we need to know the annual labor cost, while for present value, it only gives national comparative figure of all present value of worth of goods. Next reason is annual equivalent uses two types of interest rate, which are remunerative rate and accumulative rate. While for present value, it only uses one type of interest rate, which is remunerative rate. Annual equivalent mostly suitable for expressing the rent or income such as the annual expenditure as the net income.